In this video, we're going to talk about order of operations. The order of operations is a group of rules that tell you the right order in which to solve different parts of a math problem. If we didn't have these rules for solving problems, everyone would get different answers depending on what operation they did first. So order of operations guarantees that people can all read and solve a problem in the same way. We use the order of operations when we have a problem that has more than one operation in it. One way that we can remember how to solve order of operations is by something called PEMDAS. And there's a saying that helps us. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. The first operation that we perform is what's inside parentheses. This also includes square roots and brackets. After you do what's inside the parentheses, the next thing is exponents. Exponents is when you have something like 2 to the third power, and what that means is 2 times 2 times 2. Then you have multiplication and division. You want to move from left to right in the problem if you have both operations. So if you have division before multiplication in the problem, you're going to do division first. It's the same way with addition and subtraction. You're going to work left to right in the problem. If you happen to have subtraction first in the problem, and then addition, you're going to do the subtraction first. The best way to learn order of operations is to just simply solve problems and practice it. Before you start, it does help if you write off to the side the please excuse my dear Aunt Sally and then refer to that as you solve. The first operation you need to do is parentheses. If you look at this problem, there aren't any parentheses, so we're good to move on to the next, which is exponents. There's also not any exponents, but we do have multiplication and division. Remember, you do whatever shows up first in the problem. So since this has both division and multiplication in it, we do the division first because it happens first in our problem. So we're going to do 12 divided by 2. 12 divided by 2 is 6. Cross both those off since we finished it and copy everything else down. Now that we've done the division, we can do the multiplication. 6 times 6 is 36. Cross that off because we finished it and bring everything down. Now we have addition and subtraction. When you have both, you do whatever shows up first. 36 plus 4 shows up first. That's 40. Finally, we have 40 minus 3, which is 37. Let's go through another example together. Again, we start at the top of our list with parentheses. Just like the last one, we don't have anything in parentheses, so we can move on. This time we do have exponents, so we have to take 3 squared. 3 squared is 9. Cross that off and bring everything else down. Next on our list is multiplication and division. I have multiplication, I do not have any division, so we have 7 times 3, which is 21. Cross it off and bring everything else down. Finally, we have addition and subtraction. And remember, we do whichever one comes first in the problem. Subtraction comes first, so we have 25 minus 9, which is 16. Finally, we have 16 plus 21, which is 37. Let's go through one final problem together. The first thing you need to do is what's inside the parentheses. 5 minus 3 is 2. Since I completed everything inside the parentheses, you don't need to rewrite them. If you had more than one operation inside the parentheses, you would follow the order of operations inside the parentheses. Now, copy everything down and perform the next operation, which is exponents. 2 to the third power is 2 times 2 times 2, or 8. Cross it off and write everything else down below it. Now we have multiplication and division. We have both in the problem, so we do whichever one comes first and work left to right. We have 6 times 8, which is 48. Rewrite everything else below and go ahead and do the division. 48 divided by 8 is 6. We rewrite it and have 2 plus 6 minus 5. All we have left is addition and subtraction. We have to do addition first because it comes first in our problem and we're working left to right now. 2 plus 6 is 8, and 8 minus 5 is 3.